understand. There was nothing to say, all our feelings were underground.
Originally it was a collaboration between a few different bands, but as it got sort of more serious, it whittled down to 6 people, and then we pick up musicians sort of here and there on the way, depending on what kind of sound we're trying to achieve. We'll get a string section in and a horn section. We ended up randomly in New York. Thought we were going for a bit of a jolly and ended up cutting half a record.
It's the same, but sometimes your words get through.
We've spent the last 2 years touring the first album, and because we've been doing things very independently, we've really had to work extra hard on the grassroots to get the album as far spread as possible.
Too long with holes in my head, thinking about what your heart will write and what your eyes will post and send.
In that time we've been producing our new album as well, which we did up in the Isle of Mull, and also at Moulin Rouge Studios in Stockport. We're hoping for probably an early spring release. The first record was recorded with amazing amount of sonic quality with experienced producers and engineers, but we were so sort of green playing with each other. We weren't used to it so much. It was very, you know, sort of old school. A lot of the vocals were live and everything. Whereas this one, because we produced it ourselves, there's probably less sonic maturity maybe, but the ambition in the production is much bigger.
If I had a home to call my own, then I wouldn't need a sundial to stop me rolling around. If I had a home.
It's taken us a lot longer actually time in the studio, but
it's more creative in the production sense, I guess. You know, we've had more time on this one as well, because we've not had to fly out to New York for periods of time. We've been able to do it in this country and spend time on the little intricacies of production here and there.
Searching for the answers to the riddles of the night.
I do feel like a Manchester band, because Manchester is not so much about big scenes or waves of popular culture happening like every 5 or 10 years. It's now a hub of so many different types of creative people, different types of genres and bands in their little niches. And because of the way that the internet and, you know, the technological revolution in the last few years has meant that it's not so much about the, you know, the Stone Roses and then the Oasis. I mean, you get every now and then those kind of big bands, but nowadays Manchester's just a place where stuff's happening all the time. And we fit into that in our own way. But
I don't think there's such a distinct Manchester sound as there was, you know, years ago. It's not the same. It's much more of a melting pot now. People have a lot more access to different forms of music, and there's a lot. I don't know, there's a lot more going on scene-wise. It's not just one scene in the city. I don't think there's a lot of stuff going on around that.
I think it's okay to take a slower process and allow a band to become what it wants to be in its own time, and not expect it to be huge straight away. You know, we just want to play music with each other for the foreseeable future until we can't be asked anymore. But you know, that's 25 years down the line as far as we're concerned. So we're still in our baby steps. So if that means, you know, that we haven't, you know, become a massive band yet, it's not a problem to us. And now, because we can make our own records, we do feel a sense of self-sufficiency that is quite empowering, because we don't need anyone else to do it, really.